What's up, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode on my channel. As always, I'm Jay, and today, guys, I am back. My camera has finally been repaired and returned to me, thank goodness. Now I can hopefully catch up on all the things that I didn't do, and hopefully I can actually take care of the reviews and whatnot that I even further procrastinated and held off before my camera had gotten screwed up. But I digress. And today, guys, what brings me to this video is something that people have been talking about, and I find it very, very interesting as a collector myself of odd end things and all things sci-fi nerd, geek, and stuff like that, is the Rancor fiasco that was pulled by Haslab, which ultimately didn't end up getting funded. And the thing about it is that on Hasbro Pulse, the website itself, there's a little thing that says where fans come first. Well, I guess they didn't f***ing come first this time, assholes. Because with this shit right here, they didn't get to fund even an ounce. And now you're looking at this right here and you might think, hey, that was so very close for the backers. 8,533 backers, the target was 9,000. But in reality, it really wasn't even close. And from the more research that I've done on this, it really is crazy, you know, and I have to just be honest, I would not be one of the people that this was targeted to. I actually wouldn't have funded this just because I'm not necessarily into kind of the bigger monsters, and this doesn't really seem like this would be for me. But the thing with this is that it was going to be a Black Series Haslab production, which essentially Haslab productions are like Kickstarters, and one of the recent successful ones was one for Galactus, which was a full-scale Galactus in scale with the Hasbro Marvel Legends figures, and then for each tier that they ended up meeting and going above and beyond, you would get a Herald of Galactus, a different Herald each time, and I think that one was actually very successful. If I pull it up right here, they had a goal of 14,000 backers, or target of 14,000 backers, 31,503 backers later, and it's totally in going into production and shipping. Estimated shipping was fall of 2022. This figure looks amazing. It's got light up features and everything, which I don't know if that was part of the whole actual alternate Doctor Doom head too. Very cool, but I have bills and I can't really afford to be backing shit like this up, unfortunately. But more power to these fans who were able to manage to get this done, but also for the fact that look at all the different heralds that came with this Galactus figure. Nova, Silver Surfer, and Morg. See, now that's when it's done right there. That's like a fan's wet dream right there. But when you went back to the Rancor fiasco, the Rancor looks fantastic from these images. And, I mean, you can't really argue with the fact that this would be a great addition or articulation if you were that much of a fan. I mean, even look at the talons and the hands and everything. Amazing articulation. But the problem is that when you're going down to the tiers and what they were offering, aside from this, a lot of the fans were really upset because you're giving a Rancor figure, but you're not having some of the fundamental characters or new opportunities right off the bat that you would want in different tiers. So the big controversy of it, and I mean, again, I can understand the controversy as a fan myself. Like, if I was wanting to get a Rancor figure, I would want new figures. They weren't even giving new figures for the tiers here. They were giving you repackaged guards. They were giving you some odd end skulls and everything to throw inside as accessories with the Rancor. That way you could recreate the Rancor pit. Salacious Crumb again, which apparently had been released before. They were doing a retooled re-release of Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker with the card backing. And it's like, what are you thinking? Why would you want to give fans something that they've got a million of? Then they're giving, like I said, these pieces of skulls and everything and bones that you can put in the pit. And someone had a very good point. You can literally have people, third-party people and Etsy makers make these skulls 3D printed. And then you get a cardboard cutout of the background. What the fuck, people? Like, it's kind of absurd almost. I wouldn't be one of the backers for this, but even I'm saying, like, if I backed this up for the $300 and some odd that it would cost to get this figure, my money would not have been worth it. I would feel instant buyer's remorse trying to get this. I think the last straw was the fact that they were doing Luke Skywalker and a Salacious as like a 19,000 backers needed, a retooled Luke Skywalker after already having done a redo of Salacious Crumb and all these little, scraps at the table. They started losing subscribers. They literally had a few thousand and they just started going lower and lower and lower. And I don't have the exact figures, but with an hour left on this thing, I kid you not, I saw that people were starting to come back, but the only reason they started to come back, I suspect, was the fact that they actually had announced that they were going to do the Rancor Keeper. And I saw other posts saying no Oola, no Moolah. And Oola is the Twilight Dancer who ends up getting eaten in Return of the Jedi. And I'm thinking, damn, this is just another instance where the fans have some really cool killer ideas. And the thing of it is that it's really, really kind of messed up. Like, you're making this for the fans and where the fans come first, but the thing is that you didn't want to take your R&D and make new figures that no one had ever seen before. The Rancor failed. And this fail is really sad because a lot of people who wanted the Rancor figure, but also the people that, wanted more for their buck, I don't blame them, because this is clearly a little bit of a miscommunication here between the fan base and the people. Haslab had a missed opportunity, a blown opportunity where they could have done some cool, fresh, new figures that they had never done before, and they would have had this project funded and then some, and then they would have been on the right foot or on the right track here. I don't know how these Haslab projects work necessarily, but do I think this is going to come back? Not necessarily. And yeah, I don't know. It's definitely one of those things where you just look at this and say, what were they thinking? What were they thinking? But overall, guys, if you liked the video, thank you so much for watching it. Like, comment, and subscribe. And if you are, hit that bell button. That way you never miss a moment of my content. And guys, what do you think of Haslab and specifically this project right here and how it did not get funded? Once again, guys, I'm glad to be back, and hopefully I will have more content for you guys sooner rather than later now that my camera is back up and running. But until next time, guys, as always, I'm Jay. So take care, and bye.